Reborn. Okay.
Reborn.
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome back to the podcast, the JD podcast / stream / unplugged / lots of slashes. We got slashes all around.
That's right. We're slashing these prices 70, 80, 90, 100% off. Come and get it. Get you unplugged. Hey, get you unplugged.
Get your unplugged. Joel's over there looking
Get
slick and all
unplugged
cut
over
up.
here.
He's
That's
all
right.
fresh and cut.
Last time you saw
Let's
me,
go.
these burns were low. Now, got snipped. I had my mom record the haircut because I'm like, you know what? I've lived my entire life without my haircut being filmed. I'm like, now's the time, just for video proof of what my hair looks like long, because it's gnarly. It got so unruly, so it was time.
I'm not
Because
one to
let me
judge.
tell you this. This is what my hair does. Okay, I seem to have a lot of my grandma's genes, specifically on my dad's side. It's very curly, very like Belgian. That's what I call it, but I don't know what the heck
Okay,
it is,
Belgian.
French or something.
Okay, you're Belgian. Love it.
Yeah, and it's just it's not good because I'm what I also get from that side of the family is balding. So all the hair
I
begins
think
to
I'm going bald too.
disappear, but then the hair is thick on the back and sides, and it gets curly in the heat, and so I just look like like a killer clown or something. Like I look insane. Like I have an afro, but it's bald on the front, and
Oh
it's
my
just the most
god.
disgusting looking thing in the world. Yeah, it's really a
No,
sight
it's
not worth
probably
seeing at
not
all.
that bad.
I don't
It's
know. I
probably
mean,
not
I,
that
I
bad.
could I could pull up pics probably. I'm not going to, but yeah. Oh my
And
gosh.
again, I'm not one
And
to judge. I got
I just
dreads. I'm like,
I'm feeling good with the basic cut. I like because my sister was coming here and I told her like just make me disappear in a crowd. That's the kind of haircut I want. I want that kind of
oh, okay.
haircut that just makes me look like a basic average Joe, just one of a million. It's like that's
Oh,
the key. That's my taste in cars. That's my taste in fashion. I want to disappear in a crowd. I'm not planning
okay,
on
okay,
robbing a
okay.
bank, but what if I spontaneously decide to do it on any given day? I'll be good to go because my
True.
car will disappear in a crowd. I just got a Toyota Corolla.
That's
My
interesting.
clothes are super basic. My haircut's nothing. It's like there's no identifier. They go,
That's
well,
so
he's
interesting. Yeah,
the
because
only thing is that
me,
I'm tall.
it's
That's all I
different. It's
got.
so different for me.
I'm unfortunately, yeah, that's when it
Like
comes to the
today,
tops and minorities of a population, that's yeah. They
like
go, let's just
today.
attack anybody. It's like holy shit, yeah.
Oh well, that I was I was okay. So what today I was in like a black shirt with like a
Yeah.
giant Spider-Man mask on his
Oh,
like on the
nice.
shirt,
Yeah.
and then I was wearing like I didn't realize this till later on though. Then I was wearing like shorts, but inside of the shorts, they were like I think it's like X something like an X. I forget what the brand is. It's like an X on it. Um,
Excellent.
they're like leggings like in the shorts. So
Oh,
it's like
sure.
I'm
What, like
wearing
a
like
webbing of some kind?
I don't know what they're
Is it like a
called.
combo of like short pants, shorts pants?
They're shorts. They're completely just shorts, but they have
Okay,
like they have like exercise
take
pants
that.
inside of them and incorporated
Sure.
inside the
Nice.
shorts.
Yeah.
So my legs are completely covered because I'm wearing socks that are pretty high up.
Oh, true.
And then I'm wearing a mask, like, but I'm wearing a full neck mask, like a ski mask, like one of those ones that
Yeah, yeah. I
fingers
like those.
that's like
Yeah,
all the way up in my face. Then I'm wearing sunglasses and I have a black hat on that's really tight.
yeah.
And the lady in the store is like, "You must like Spider-Man. You're literally Spider-Man right now." And
Just you're unshit tight. Yeah,
I didn't realize I was kind of like Spider-Man.
yeah.
I
You're
didn't even
being
realize
tight.
it
You're ready for gymnastics.
because I
Yeah,
was in like
you're
tights. Yeah, I
agile.
was in like
Yeah, that's nice. That's
I
awesome.
didn't
Yeah,
even realize. I was like, "Oh my God."
I
So
guess
I
I should
definitely
start doing
wasn't.
flips. Yeah,
I wasn't
yeah.
dressed.
You could have robbed a bank because no one. You're just covered head to toe, but they'd be like, "Spider-Man robbed me. Get
Yeah,
Spider-Man." Yeah.
I
That's all that
definitely
they would
wasn't
have to go
dressed.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you know what'd be funny? That'd be a good way to rob a bank is like you don't even have to wear a mask, but just have a t-shirt on that has a picture of someone's face on it and just something
Oh.
peculiar. Because then all the scared people will be like they'll start giving descriptions of your face, but they'll get it wrong because in their head subconsciously they'll think of the larger face that's on your shirt, you know? Just some kind of like weird manipulation, trying to mess with the people's
Oh
heads.
my gosh. That's so funny. Just put Trump's backward pants
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
on my shirt. Even though apparently it wasn't the pants were backwards. They're apparently His pants were
He's
like
just an interestingly shaped man, I think.
way in shape.
He's got a fupa, you know?
That's so funny. I would get a pair just on the.
Yeah. Get a
So
shot.
stupid. Oh my god. Yeah, but
But
I definitely
anyway,
wasn't
so
dressed to
yeah.
hide.
All right, listen, we got to talk about the state of the world we live in. I'm not talking about the closures and whatever. I mean, thankfully things are starting to open up outdoors again, so some normalcy is coming back. The one part that I particularly like, even though I just said we weren't going to talk about this part in particular, was the drive-in movies. They're apparently
Yeah,
dropping on the 11th, I
they're
think.
opened on the 11th.
Yeah.
Let's
So that's
go.
this Friday. Yeah. I'm talking Fast Nine. I'm checking out James Bond. Like, even though I know
Wow.
that Daniel Craig hates being James Bond at this point, I'll watch it anyway. I'll watch him
I'm
just
down.
soullessly be James Bond. Yeah.
Whoa, you just popped up on my screen again.
Ooh,
Like in a separate window.
cool.
That's interesting. Okay, hi
Doubling up.
Double Joe. Hi Double Joe. Double O
Yeah,
Seven. Let's
that's
go.
right. It's a me. It's a
Let's
me.
go.
It's a me.
So, is there drive-ins near? I'm not familiar
I
with like
mean, it
by
just
you.
there's one in Hamilton, there's one in Oakville, and then I don't know if there's one in Toronto. I think
So you
maybe
just
at the top of Toronto or something. I'll
oh,
go to Oakville to watch a movie,
so you just go
honestly.
to the Oakville one. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. That's not too
But
bad. Oakville's not
if
too bad.
anything, probably everyone's doing that. It's going to get booked. Yeah,
Yeah, because
actually,
just
well,
thinking, why
I
is
might
there
have to
not
go to
one
the
in
Hamilton.
Toronto? Right? You have to live in one because everyone's from Toronto is going to come to the Oakville one if there's no one in Toronto.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'll go the extra distance. I'll go to Hamilton. You drive
Okay.
there too. We can like line our cars up and stuff and watch a movie together.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
even was mentioning it to Aiden not maybe like 2 weeks ago. I was like, once the drive-in opens, like that's like COVID free. You're like in your own car,
It's
like
the safest thing ever.
bring
It's
your own
literally.
snacks. Like
It
it's
should have
BYOB.
always been opened. Why has it not been? That makes
Yeah.
no sense that it was closed.
And
It's
now
the
it should be like allowed that you bring your own snacks because I know they kind of
yeah,
like they don't really like you bringing your own snacks, but it's like
that's the moneymaker. The movie is
well,
the moneymaker. Is the food. Yeah.
true, but it's like now it's COVID, so it's like we're not trying to be up in there and like
Yeah,
packing
I'm
up
not trying to
plates.
grab some greasy teenager's hands as he's passing me a hot dog that we don't know what he did with before he cooked it, you know?
There's a lot of stuff that goes on with those hot dogs.
Yeah. Never
You
trust the
already
hot
know
dogs.
hot dogs.
Yeah. The only hot dog I'll trust, even though I don't trust it, is IKEA hot dogs because they're like 50 cents. I'm
I
like, I
love
know
Wawa
this is
hot dogs.
radioactive, but for 50 cents, I'm
I
eating
love
that
hot
hot
dogs.
dog. I'm putting
Yeah,
it in. Yeah. That
I love hot
price.
dogs.
Come on. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
those hot
anyway,
dogs.
okay. So I totally went off the rails there, but what I want to say as far as the state of the world goes is the heat. God damn it.
Oh my
Here in Canada
god.
at least. Yo, people think the deserts of Africa are hot or like Australia is like a hell country. Man, most
It's
of
a
these
hell.
hot places that are iconic on the planet have dry heat. So sure, it's hot in the sun, but if you're in shade, you get a nice cool breeze. Meanwhile,
Mhm.
here in Canada, the air is so thick because we're like in forest kind of country, you know? Like there's, you
Mhm.
know, I mean that's good for the environment and everything,
It's
but
horrible. It's
it
so thick.
sucks. It's so the air is so thick and it's just hot
It's
and it's like
really
even
humid
in the
too. Like
shade, you just sit there and it's you just sweating. Ugh. Like right now, I'm just sitting in my dried sweat. I was waiting to shower, but you know,
it's yeah.
podcast first.
It's been a hot day because I went to the beach earlier and I was just gonna go for a walk too, but it's like so hot that you have to wait literally till the sun goes down
Yeah. You
because
want
it's
to burn
so
yourself.
hot. Like you can't
Yeah,
go walking in the because if you're not getting any patches of like shade, you're like dying
you can't
basically.
do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You need constant water on hand and like it's like you're trying to survive. It's insane. Yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
but what are you gonna do? You take the good with the bad, I guess. But even in saying that, Canada is kind of like the more extreme version of like the European countries because they're like altitude wise as far as going to the top of the planet goes is like close to Canada, but they're more moderate with their climate for some reason. It's probably
Mm,
just because of the ocean, right? We're like in the
yeah.
mainland, so we don't get as much of a breeze as they do. But yeah, what are you gonna do, man?
No,
Temperature's
like it's
crazy.
like no, it's you're right. It's like not. It's like just no breeze.
There's nothing. We're just
There's like
sitting in thick
nothing. It's
air.
like hard to
Yeah, it's not
explain a
fun.
little bit. It's hard to
I
explain.
want to
It's like,
live
how's
all
there
the,
no
I want to
breeze?
live in the mountains or
There's no
something.
breeze.
Yeah.
It's like you get in
Wait,
the
actually,
car and you're like, how's you
I,
were
I got
driving?
a, I got a would you rather for you. Would you
Okay.
rather um, exist like in Californian weather? So it's not thick air or anything, but it's like always sunny. which sure sounds good on paper, but obviously that could drive some people insane, and like it's always hot kind of a thing if you're out in the sun. But it's still good. It's the dry heat, right? Would you rather have that weather constantly, where it's always summer, or would you rather live up on a mountain where it's like kind of always windy, so it's like you never get a break from that, but the imagery is beautiful, and you know you're living on a mountain. It's gorgeous, right? The air is so fresh and clean, and you know I guess you're a
Hmm.
little more isolated from people, but yeah.
But it depends though, like how cold are we think, or how cold are we talking? I mean,
Let's say
wind
it's
is fine, but it's like, can I
yeah.
go out like in a t-shirt and shorts?
Sure. Yeah, let's say it's like four seasons. You get the
Yeah,
four
then
seasons. Yeah.
I'll take the mountain
Take the mountain? Yeah.
because I get the four seasons. I don't
That's
mind
true.
the four
But
seasons.
then you're
I'm
isolated.
used to it.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
that's
what's the
true.
difference if you're being isolated in heat? It's the same thing.
Well, let's say you're busy. Let's say it's literally being in like LA versus being like on the Rocky Mountains just by yourself.
I don't think I could. That's the thing. By myself, I don't want to be by myself, but I do want to be in somewhat seclusion.
Right, right.
So
Moderate seclusion. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that. I would take the seasons to have the seclusion. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Okay.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
sacrifice just having to be in constant heat, and
yeah.
then to be in LA is a no for me.
True. Yeah. Unfortunate. I mean, I'm
Hey,
sure they got a lot of good live music
a,
and
a
theater.
good way to put it is Toronto. I love Toronto. Like I love Toronto, but I love coming home after going to
Yeah,
Toronto.
yeah.
Does
That's
that because like it's comparable, right? Toronto's comparable.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like if you were to
Busy.
live in Toronto
Yeah.
for and there was no change of seasons, it was just hot. That might
Yes.
not be the best thing. Like it's like,
No.
that sounds kind of not the best.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
But I mean, if you're like a TikToker or YouTuber or something like that, you want to be in one of those TikTok houses, you got to be up in LA.
Yeah, you got to make it happen. You got to sacrifice your comfortability for the
Yeah,
fame.
so you
Yeah,
can't be on a mountain in seclusion.
that's true. I'm sure you could still find a way to prank things, like you'd prank like mountain goats or like little
Oh
hamsters
yeah.
that live on the mountain or whatever's up there.
Birds and things like
Prank, yeah, prank the falcons. Yeah, they're coming down. You put fake mice out and just film them like going for it and being like, "What?" Yeah,
could
but
be tons of things, right? So
yo, so speaking of vloggers and internet influencers and the rest of all that fun jazz, did you hear about the fight between
yeah.
Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul?
Yeah, I
The
caught some of
older,
it yesterday. I caught some of it. It
you
wasn't
caught some of
anything
it? I didn't
too.
watch any of it because I'm
It
like,
wasn't
this is
anything
so
too
stupid.
special,
But
but
yeah, all I heard was that Logan Paul was hugged more in that fight than he had been hugged by his father his entire childhood.
oh,
And I'm like, okay,
oh,
yeah,
okay. I'm not too
understand.
familiar with the Logan Paul and
The
Ted
Pauls.
Paul. Is it Ted Paul? Logan Paul
What?
and Jake Paul.
Jake Paul, yeah.
Okay, I got confused there. Logan Paul and Jake Paul. Ted just came out off the tongue. I don't know where that came from. Ted
Maybe
Paul.
it's the future. Maybe you're
I don't
predicting
know,
their child. Yeah, who knows?
but I'm not familiar with them. I don't know the difference. I can't even tell them apart. Like I don't know
Yeah,
which
they
one's
are
which.
literally. They look like they're twins. Just one's older than the other. But
Yeah, so
yeah.
I'm not too. But what was the results? I don't remember the result. I didn't even
Mayweather
hear.
won, but I think the whole situation was like people just wanted to see if the Paul man could like actually survive for longer than just one round, and so he was able to make it to 8 rounds before he lost. So everyone's like, "Oh, that's wild."
Okay,
It's
so
like,
everyone he has a little bit of respect essentially in the
yeah,
fighting world. Okay, cool.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I think I was hearing that he trained for it. So I mean, if you're training and doing your thing, do your thing,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
right? Cashing out
That's all
too.
you're
I'm
looking
sure it was a
for.
lot of money that in that fight or something too.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know if it
yeah.
was
People
money.
people are estimating that it's like Mayweather got like $100 million from that fight, and
Oh,
Paul made like 10 million. And it's like, oh, fun. Sounds like fun money, you know? It's like, what the fuck?
wow, that's
That's
quite
like so much
interesting.
money. That's insane. It's like I can't even compute that.
Yeah. Speaking
Oh,
of money, I
oh,
finally, well, not finally. I started investing in crypto like
oh, snap!
at the end, like just basically at the end of May. So like
No kidding.
maybe just before last time before I talked. Yeah.
That we were talking. Yeah, no kidding.
Mhm.
Oh my God, wow. So how's that
Start.
going? What specifically did you
So
invest in? Is there a ticker
it's
coin?
quite interesting. Yeah, it's quite interesting. Like I'm kind of learning everything still a little bit, and I've made a lot of like things and rules and things like that. I'm kind of focusing on, but basically it's like the coins that I have Bitcoin. I don't have a Bitcoin because Bitcoin is worth like I think right now in Canadian, I think it's like 47,000 for one
Oh my
Bitcoin.
God! Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's quite a bit. But I invest in some other things, which are small little investments. So hopefully they'll grow and
Yeah.
do
Exactly.
that.
Plant the
And that's
seeds. Yeah.
basically it. Yeah, just plant the seeds here and there, and then as I learn more about it, I'll invest more into it. But it's so far all my investments that I've put in have made me back money. But again, there's like dips. So it's the whole thing's always just
It's
dipping.
difficult. It's constantly fluctuating. Yeah. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it made me money, and tomorrow it didn't, and then
You're looking for
next
one
day
that's
it
like down,
did.
then it's like up, then down. But
Yeah. Yeah.
basically, it's you want to hope for the best in the long run, kind of thing. Depending on the coins that you invest into, and some coins are like you can get a lot of money very quickly, but you have to find the coin before everybody invests into it. So it's just like little things you just learn here and there.
Yeah. True.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, the whole situation seems insane to me, but it's only
It is.
because I'm from the outside looking in. So
Yeah.
it's like our common currency that we currently use, like the Canadian dollar,
Hmm.
is just as fragile as Bitcoin, right? Like the only
Yeah.
thing keeping it together is just the fact that our government says this is it, like this is the money.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah, if it
really
was
hard.
up to
It's
actual
very
market.
interesting because
Yeah.
I got into it. Like I was depositing checks in USD, and I would basically deposit a check always under a grand. That was like kind of just like, because I just like to deposit a check, and then when it converts to Canadian, it would just be a grand.
Return inside.
So in USD, I would like maybe it'd probably be like 900. And actually, no, it'd probably be a little bit less than that. It'd be like probably like
850.
seven something, almost 800
Dang.
bucks. I'd a
Yeah.
deposit in USD, I would be getting a grand back in Canadian.
Yeah.
Now, when I deposit it, I get back almost the same. Like I get back, I think I deposited 1,000 check
Yeah.
like last month, and she gave me back like 800 bucks. I was like,
Ooh.
"Are you serious?" She's like, "Yeah, it's the lowest it's ever been in 5 years." So the
Wait,
dollar,
wait.
The Canadian dollars. Remember, I was mentioning how the Canadian dollar is just like worth nothing. It's literally worth now. It's worth nothing.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's like literally
Dang.
it's crud. That's why I like your work and everything is USD because it's
Yeah.
when I convert it back to Canadian, it I can get a little bit more, and depending on my taxes, all that stuff, I get a little bit more in the long run.
Yeah.
But now it's like I'm not getting anything. It's like I'm barely getting any. Like the conversion's the same almost.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I mean, I
ridiculous.
guess so. Does that mean that the U.S. dollar is down?
Uh,
It's like
I
it's
guess, yeah, I guess, but it's mainly the Canadian dollar because the US dollar could technically be the same, but when you convert it to Canadian,
it.
because the
Yeah.
Canadian's worth nothing, that's why I lose,
Yeah.
right?
Dang.
So,
Well, have you? I'm only knowing this from the H3 podcast, but the Moon Coin or Galaxy Coin or whatever,
yeah,
that franchise has like completely plummeted because it's like you could buy like a
scam.
thousand of their coins for like a cent or something insane. So it's
Yeah,
like if you
it's really
put ten
cheap.
dollars down, you have like 3 million moon coin. And it's like I'm rich, I'm a millionaire. But it's like, yeah,
No, that's
it's
the
definitely
thing where
not
it's
worth it.
super,
So if it's that low, it's just nothing.
you when you go through it all, like when I went through it to do everything, especially for Canadians, because basically it's not really they don't want you to do this. This is the whole point, right? Of it is so
Yeah,
that you can,
it's
um,
government free money.
but like all the process to get to like just transferring one thing to like own a Bitcoin to like own an Ethereum, to get to that point is a long process that people won't do it, and that's why a lot of people do it and a lot of people don't do it. It's like you have to just have the, the knowledge and the dedication to do it, right?
Yeah, to get
And
into
then
it.
from there, you have to have money on top of that to kind of just throw away. It's like gambling, basically, right?
Well, it's
So
like a business. Yeah, you invest. You just put it
yeah,
there and hope that something comes of it.
and
If it
it's
doesn't, then
just
hey, that was an
honestly.
experience. Yeah,
Exactly. You have to just look at it that way. It's like, oh, and I'm learning, right? It's because people usually, when you mention it, they're like, "That's not like crypto. Why are you doing that?" You know, like
yeah. No,
I
no,
don't
no.
know.
I fully
People don't
understand it as
know.
a viable form of currency, of digital currency, right? But it's just so scary because it's like, what the heck? I feel like it's like investments, where
Yeah,
it's like investing in stocks is a real thing, but I just don't do it because it's just like, oh no, like if I try doing something like that, it'll just kind of disappear on me because I don't really know how it works.
yeah. It's the thing. It's most people don't really know how it works, but it's like, yeah, like
Got to get
the
into it.
best way I see it is like something is worth something more if more people put money into it. So it's like I
Yeah,
think of it as my
that's how the
business,
rise happens, right?
right?
Yeah.
So it's my business. It's like I just need people to invest into my business. If people invest into my business, then we all have more money essentially. But
Yeah.
what
It's
you
such a
invest depends on what somebody else invests, depending on what you're going to get back from that investment. It
yeah.
depends on what everybody else is investing and what they're taking out from the pool, and that's where there's that fluctuation.
Which that's kind of the weird part that that's how businesses work. It's like, imagine just you're a local business owner and then you decide to like, yeah, it's like you become successful and then all of a sudden people are just like, hey, I'm gonna give your business money to make money out of it, and you're like, wait, what?
To make
I mean,
more.
I mean, I'm sure you have to like opt into allowing open stocks, but still, it's like every business just exists in the stock trade, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like why that just seems so weird because like imagine you want to start a business and all of a sudden, you're ticking off some boxes and one of them says like, oh, open stocks, and then random people just start giving you millions of dollars, and you're like, holy shit, what's happening? It's like,
Yeah,
okay, I
could
guess
you
I'll just
imagine that? Like some of the
yeah,
things, like when you're looking at the charts, it's all in real time. So people,
yeah,
you seeing all the deposits going
as
in
it's
and
happening, yeah,
out as it's happening. It's like it's in the thousands, right? So when you really have some money to play around with, and then you're able to hold it, they have this thing where it's called like holding. You want to make you
yeah,
hold the money, right? So you want to hold it in certain things. So like right
yeah.
now, the reason why I kind of got in at a good time because basically every coin's down because like um Elon Musk had did
Elon
something
Musk,
and like it's
yeah,
really down right now. So
yeah,
like Bitcoin is like half the amount it was like a couple months ago. So that's why I bought some now because it was, say for instance, it was like I think it was like 60, it was worth, one Bitcoin was worth
man,
$60,000,
yeah,
and
yeah,
now it's worth like 48. I think I bought one and it was like 38,000. So I bought it really low, right? So with potential
yeah.
of it going back up again to like 60,000, then I'll make back all that money I invested in.
And you
Try,
just
I would make back
literally,
like triple it,
yeah,
like.
yeah,
But it's just you
dang,
have that money to put into it. A lot of people don't have money just to sitting around just to put in it. So I have like money sitting around in all these accounts. I'm like, I might as well put that money into something that's gonna either it makes it back or it doesn't. It's
yeah.
not really a
It's
gain or
doing
a
the same thing.
loss.
It's just sitting, but now it's
Yeah.
sitting with potential. Yeah,
Yes. Exactly.
yeah. Nice. You're
Exactly.
like the guy in the background, money bag.
Oh,
You out
he's
there
my
with your money
inspiration.
bag,
Yeah,
ready to go.
he's my
Yeah,
inspiration. But you got to be careful because, like, on the Monopoly like thing, there's a lot of things that can go wrong, right? On that Monopoly board. You
yeah,
could end up at the end a winner with lots of money, but you could also end up bankrupt. You can end up
yeah,
in jail.
yeah,
There's so many different
yeah,
things.
yeah. Exactly.
You
Oh,
lose property. Like there's a lot of. That's why the game is so hard and long.
yeah.
It's like living real life on a board.
Yeah, it's literally real life is that board, but it's just up to you on how much you want to play the game, the money
Play the
game.
game and
Yeah,
like how much you're good at like it. Again too, like my main thing is always how can I like take something that's like worth $1 and then like flip it to make more, basically to make back six. Like how can I take this,
yeah,
buy this for $1 but sell it for six?
and then sell for
How can
six.
I
Yeah,
make back? That's
nice.
always
You're
my
you're the wolf on Wall Street. Let me sell you
oh
this
okay
pen.
yeah.
It's all about that's coming back to you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
all depends. True, yeah. I like selling things, so
yeah, nice, solid.
that's money on my
That's
end.
money for you, money, baby. Wait, okay, so that just got me the idea because I wanted us to do another tier list because what the heck, right? Tier lists
Yeah,
are fun.
I,
Would you agree? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I
And
agree.
so, but I'm going into this completely blind. I'm like, we're gonna talk and then we'll see if an idea comes up. And I think I just got one. You want to do a tier list on forms of currency? Because you know how there's pounds, euros, dollars.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know if
You know,
that would
I'm
be a
game for
good one or
anything.
not.
I'm game for
Yeah,
anything.
I figure it's worth a shot, right?
Why
It
not?
could be a dud, but there's only one way to find out. That's by jumping in. Money, money heist characters. Now I'm just talking straight money. What
My
were you?
eyes are a
What
little
the heck
dry.
is all this?
Maybe
What is?
try type in currency. Maybe I don't know if that
Yeah, yeah.
is a better descriptive word. I don't know. Will that help?
U.S. currency, British currency, crypto. Huh.
Hmm.
Currency. There we go.
Interesting.
Boop.
What does it say at the bottom?
Huh.
Oh,
Oh, it's just the bills. Okay, whatever. I'll take this. You want to do the
Yeah, that
bills?
works. That works.
Yeah.
I
What the
may
heck?
not know all of them, but I'm sure it'll say on the. It'll say
Yeah,
on.
exactly, exactly.
Right?
We'll get the gist of it. Okay, dope. But boom. All right, so let's
Are
do
we
this.
judging on how it looks, or
I
like
think
are we
so.
just
I
like?
think we're gonna, yeah. So we're not gonna rate the symbols themselves. That was kind of the idea. I was thinking we're gonna rate the physical money.
Because they're all different amounts, right? They're all like one's 100, 20, 5. I'm seeing a
Some
5,
place.
a
Yeah,
10.
exactly.
I'm even seeing a 10 in there. The second one's a 10, I think. Oh wait, the first one's a
Yeah.
dollar, or is that 100? Is it one
I think
dollar?
that's just a buck. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So we're just rating whatever the heck.
All right.
But I
Yeah.
like it.
Cool.
Yeah, it's variety. Okay,
All right.
so straight off the bat, because of course it has to be first, you got America. So the American
America
single dollar bill
China.
with George Washington, the first president of America, as they called it back then, 300 years ago. Where are we going to put this guy? It's kind of shitty if you want to
I would
base
say
it off of like,
terrible. No, don't come for me. Don't
uh,
come for me, Americans. But
yeah,
American money's terrible. It's
it
like
is because
has
it's literally
cocaine.
paper.
It's
It rips easy.
stripper
You get it
money.
wet. It's ruined. Yeah, it's really not. It doesn't stand up to the test, right?
And doesn't all
So,
like a lot of U.S. money have cocaine on it? Something like that.
oh sure, yeah, I
Something like
guarantee
that. It's
all
like
U.S. money's been used for drugs. Yeah, 1,000%.
something like this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
turn into
really.
the straw, make it rain.
Ew, it's gross.
And it's been up butt cracks too. Like heck yeah,
Yeah, it's gross.
money. Yeah, it's just gnarly. And because it's paper, it like sticks to it too, right? It's not a
It's so weird
clean.
how money. Okay, isn't it so weird how like money goes through so many different hands?
Yeah, yo, we're talking about how eating animals causing pandemics. Guess what else will cause pandemics?
Like
Things like
us
this, like money.
five
Yeah.
dollar bill, like a
Oh man,
U.S.
that's
five
that
dollar
just
bill.
makes me think about the fact that in my wallet right now are like three bills. I'm just like, oh, maybe I want to wash them. It's like I don't know where the hell they've been.
I haven't used bills in a while. I use bills.
Me neither. I just slowly collect them over time, like as gifts or whatever, right?
My weed delivery service does bills, which kind of sucks, but what can you do?
Oh, it does, yeah. Yeah.
What can you do?
Um, well, I can tell you one thing we can do. We can keep rating these damn bills. Start next with, I think this is Chinese currency. So
Chinese?
the
Okay,
what,
cool.
10 yen?
Oh, that's
This?
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
Why
got
they got
the
these
guy on
pictures
it.
cut off so like that? I want to see the whole bill.
I know, me
That'd have
too.
been cool. That would have
Yeah,
been cool. That's pretty cool. I love seeing yen. I think that's pretty awesome.
yeah. The only thing though is the person on the bill, I guarantee you is a tyrant. He's an
So,
awful.
so maybe no then.
The
I don't know.
context of it might have something to do with it. However, it is very interesting as a bill itself. Yeah, I have no idea how big it is or what the shape of it is, like how rectangular versus square it is.
Hmm.
But yeah, what do you think? Let's
I
say
was gonna
it's
say all right or okay.
all right or okay. Yeah, maybe let's put okay just because of the guy. We didn't know his sitch, but he
I don't know
kind of
his
looks
age.
like the current. Or no, he doesn't. The current guy looks different than that. But this guy was like before him, and he was in power for like ever. So get out of here. Men of power live on forever. Their
Oh, I'm gonna
legacy is, I
sneeze.
guess, becoming currency, but forget about it.
Oh, I'm gonna
Okay, so
sneeze.
we're getting into the weeds now because we're gonna start getting bills where they're just abstract shapes. Like, what is this? Some of
I
these,
don't know what that even is. It looks
it
like a
literally looks like a
phoenix.
painting. It looks like the moon with like fire pillars and water.
Oh wow. I thought I was seeing a phoenix rising.
A phoenix
Like a
rising too.
phoenix
Yeah,
wing. I thought I was seeing a phoenix wing. I don't know how
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah. It could be that. Honestly, I like this. Just looks beautiful. It
I
looks like
like
art.
no,
I
like
might put it
amazing.
amazing. What do you
I
think?
don't know what it is. Yeah, I'm cool with
I
that.
know
I
there's
don't know
zero
what it is
context,
though.
but if anything that adds to it, it's got mystique. You know? Yeah. So there we go. That was nice. Okay, now we got this guy. I don't know what's going on, but I can see a person.
I
So we
have no
got a
idea what that
person, and then we have
is,
a just a
Joe.
blank oval right in the middle. What do you think about that? A see-through
I don't
circle.
like that. I don't know about that. That's kind of odd. No, shouldn't that be like representing where they're from or
Yeah, there
what it
should be some.
is or something?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's a poor design.
Yeah, it's like,
So
did they run out of ideas or something?
yeah, I'm gonna
That's
think
gonna
maybe
be
it's boring. It's like why
boring.
isn't there something there? Yeah, come on,
Boring.
guys, put something there.
Like,
Put
come
a
on,
smiley.
guys.
Come on, yeah,
Get a little like creative here.
exactly. Put like
Like,
Pikachu in there or something.
they could
Have
put
fun.
anything.
Do
Like,
whatever
you
you
put
want.
a
Yeah, put
blank.
anything
You
there.
just want it blank.
just the color purple. It's like just keep a
Boring.
color. Yeah, boring. Okay. Okay, so now we got again. I don't know, but it's 100 of something. 100 of what? Who knows?
Is it like a at the top of a building or a tent
I'm
or
thinking
something?
this is
What
like a
is it?
boat. This looks like a Viking rowboat that they would use to travel to the Americas. So I don't know how on or off I am with that, but I feel like this is like a Viking boat.
Yo,
Like,
what's going on?
yeah. So what do you think? I think this is kind of a pretty simple,
That's
pretty
pretty
picture.
cool, actually. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. It looks like a top to me, like a top that you would spin.
Oh, like Inception, right at the
But
ending.
that
Yeah.
looks really cool. I think that's cool.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. I'd say we could put this next to amazing. This is
All right,
art. Yeah. What
cool.
the heck? Why not? Put art where it belongs. Okay. So now I know this one. This is 20 euros. And I know that because I've been to Europe. So
Yeah, you
I've
can put
held
that
on to
one where
these
you like.
bills. As far as the design goes, it's kind of boring. I think it's just architecture. So it's like this is like some kind of famous cathedral, and then
Wah,
behind
wah,
it's sleeping
wah.
building. I mean, it's good enough. But the only thing I'll say is that European bills change size. It's five
Mm.
is little, it's 10 is a
To
little
what
bit
extent?
bigger, like physically, and then
Oh,
the
they
20 is
change
bigger
size.
than
Okay.
that. It,
Oh,
it's kind of bad. Like I wouldn't do that if I was the one designing bills. I
it's
would
kind of
keep it like
weird. Yeah,
Canadian, where they're all the same size but just different colors. Yeah.
it is
But
a little.
how do you feel? I kind of feel nostalgic looking at this. This is reminding me of like 2015 and 2010.
Well, that's why I'm leaving it up to you on this one. But I do think that the sizing thing is odd.
Yeah,
That'd
sizing
be
is
weird.
odd.
That'd be a little
However,
odd.
design-wise, I'd say it's all right. I
All
don't
right,
think it's too
cool.
bad. Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
there's no tyrant on it. It's literally just some buildings, so it's good.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, now we got Canada. Queen Elizabeth.
Oh,
She's
Canada.
turning,
It's
I
a
think, a
20, I think.
thousand this year. Yeah, this is a classic $20 bill. $20 green. First, how do you feel about Canadian currency? Do you think it should like all be green bills, or do you like the color change? What do you think?
I actually like it. I think the Canadian bills are pretty dope.
Yeah, I,
Sorry, I
I
have
think
like
it
a little
also
cry.
makes the $20 bill kind of special. The $20
Yeah.
bill is the green dollar bill, and the green dollar bill means money. And it also
Yeah.
just so happens to be the queen, the current alive queen. So it's kind of funny. It's like it's made in a way to be like this is the special bill.
Yeah, I think that the color it kind of signifies like its status a little bit because it's like when you get a
Yeah.
five, it's like, oh, this color looks like it's worth $5.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Do
it's
you know what I
blue.
mean?
Okay. It's like, all right,
It's
that's
like, oh.
nice. Yeah.
And then the 10, it's like it's a different lighter. It's like, oh, this is maybe worth a little bit more than that other blue five,
Yeah, exactly.
right? And then
So
it's like,
yeah,
oh, 20,
this is
this
real
is what
money.
a
This is what
dollar,
money
this is
looks
what
like.
money. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
I made
okay,
it. This
it's
ain't no $5
green.
bill. This is
And then
20.
when you get
Yeah.
a 50, I think a 50 is like kind of like a reddish color. It's like
Yeah, 50 is red. It's
this is
like, yo,
like you
you're
don't
on
want to lose
fire right
this.
now. Like,
Yeah, you don't
yeah,
want to lose this
got
one.
it.
She's hot. You don't want to
Yeah.
lose her. Yep. That's why I like the colors. I think that's pretty cool. It's pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah, absolutely. I
Shout out
think
to
I
Canada.
think Canada's awesome. I think America sucks and
Shout out to our
Canada's
family.
awesome. We got the better bills. That's funny. That's what's up.
Been
Hey.
here for months, though.
Yeah. Okay, so now it looks like we're looking right at the Queen again. So I don't
It
know. I mean,
is. It's what? Is it an old Canadian bill?
no, 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 no. I'm thinking this is probably Australian or something. She's all over the place. She's the
Oh
dominator of the
yeah,
planet.
because oh yeah, you're
Like
right. It
you
might
got
actually be
Australia.
Australia. It is Australia, I think, on the
It is,
corner
yeah.
top left. Oh wait, no. Is that the Statue
That
of Liberty?
symbol, I don't know what the hell that is.
Is that the Statue of Liberty? What the heck is on there? It looks like the
No, no, no,
Statue of
no.
Liberty.
No, that's probably based on one of the famous
I know it's not,
cities.
but it looks so much like the statue.
Yeah, just
I don't
it's
know.
a lady in a cloak. I feel like that's kind of just a
Okay,
part of
so let's
history. Honestly, the design is kind of boring. I'm not really feeling the magenta and
boring.
yellow,
It's like just like
pastel yellow. I don't
oh
know. And plus, that queen is like that's the queen from the '70s. And this design is like old looking too with the colors. The colors look all washed
it's
out, like it was
old
just in
for
the wash
me.
for too long.
I have
Was
to
it for you?
sneeze. I apologize. I have to sneeze, but I don't.
No, that's
It's
okay.
not coming out. Um,
Yeah,
I don't think. I think it's boring.
yeah,
No, I
straight
don't want
up,
to say
straight
that.
up.
Yeah, I feel like it's mean saying that, but it's
Wah,
boring.
wah. That's what's up. Hey, change your design, and then maybe
It
we'll...
almost looks like it's like I don't know, maybe something's wrong with it or something. I don't want to say that in a mean way. Like it looks like
I
there's
think it's
something
just a bad design. I think it's just discolored, but like that's the
yeah,
colors
looks
they
like
chose.
it's like discolored or something.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
Okay,
next,
now I don't know what the heck's going on here. This looks like
what the
the
hell is
back of
that?
like a Cracker Jacks like snack mix. They're like going hiking. Buy from Joe's Peanut Shop. Like what is that? It's a fiver. It's got
I
a
think it's
big
gonna
five
be
on it.
terrible. It's a little cheap. Who is it?
Super simplistic. Yeah, it looks like fake money. It looks like counterfeit money.
Oh, I don't
Like you're
hope
trying
I'm
to
not
distract the
offending
cops.
anybody. Sound off below, guys. I really are not trying to come for anybody right now. That is like a no for me. That looks like money from like pretend like we're in
Yeah.
like a race car money. Like that's a racer.
Yeah, straight
And
up. Yeah, yeah.
this
It's
is
like
his
this isn't even
coins.
Monopoly. This is like weaker than Monopoly. I think it goes with terrible. Oops. Dun, dun, dun,
This is weaker
dun,
than
wow. Yeah.
ruthless. You're so ruthless.
Okay, so now I don't know what the heck we're looking at here, but these are some epic people looking off in the distance. I
Hmm.
couldn't even tell you where that's from. It
It
looks
looks
like it
like
might be
three like
Eastern country.
sailors of some sort.
Yeah, they're all looking like they're sailors,
Hmm.
and they're just, I don't know how much this one is, but it's pretty, it looks pretty patriotic. I don't know.
Is it all one color though, Joe? It looks like there's like
It's
some yellow or something in there.
Yeah, it's looking like it's all one color. The people are just in gray, and the background's kind of got like a peachy tinge to it. I would say this one's just okay. I'm not gonna say it's boring. Like the
Yeah,
color is
okay, that's fair
boring,
enough.
but
It's
I
just
think what they're
okay.
doing is pretty epic.
Yeah, I would agree that the pit. I feel like the gentleman on the front didn't get justice by the way it's designed and the color. That's what I think.
Right.
It could have been them. That could have been better, like on like a $5 bill or like a Canadian 5 or a Canadian
Yeah.
10. It's
Yeah.
like give it some color. Let them stand out a little bit. Why are they
Like
all like fading into the background? They're already like white men, so it's kind of hard to like even see their features. Everything's like all
yeah. Well,
bland,
well, that's what I'm trying to tell. I'm
right?
looking at it. I'm thinking they're Asian.
Oh, see,
I
that's the
think
thing.
they're
You can't
two
even.
Asian
They
men.
are Asian. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
it's so like bland. Okay, but it's just okay. Because I
It's
do like the
okay. Yeah.
pictures. I do like the
Yeah.
man on it. That's cool.
Yeah, I appreciate the pose, but
Oh
hopefully there's
yeah, they are
not some
Asian. They
dark
are
context
Asian.
to it, but it seems patriotic. Yeah. Okay, so honestly, it looks like we got the queen again. What the fuck? She
Oh,
just
she's
can't stop
younger though.
ruling over
She's
all these
really
countries.
young.
Yeah, she's even younger now.
Is that
I literally,
5?
I could only guess. Yeah, that's a $5 bill.
It's a
I would
5,
say
right?
that this is New Zealand because that's the only other place I can think of where the Queen like owns
Would
it
be
and
on.
they make money. But like again, the design is not the best. It's fancy, but it looks like you've just learned how to use InDesign. So it's like you're putting cursive on there.
It looks
Things aren't
like
cropped properly. It's like she's kind of squared off. You know what I mean?
yeah. It almost looks a little bit outdated. Almost
Yeah, I would
really
say so too.
outdated.
I don't want to do it, at the same time I kind of do, and just call this boring.
Because it's like all money's kind of outdated. All money kind of looks
A
it's
lot
not
is. Yeah,
it
I
is.
think Canada is on the front end as far as getting new bills.
Yeah, so it's like new bills, right?
Yeah,
So they, like for instance, the
correct.
U.S. bill, it looks outdated, but it still looks like a money. You know what I mean? This looks just like
Yeah,
old. Like it looks like
it
it's
it
like
looks like
from
a
like
tattoo.
50.
It's very crisp, the American bill. Yeah, but this is
Yeah,
like kind of just blotchy and kind of
it almost
fadedy.
looks like
Yeah.
a bad passport, like
Oh yeah, that's a good way to put it. It
copying or
looks like a
something.
passport. Yeah.
Yeah, like someone like copied a passport. And there you go.
So what do you think? Is it boring or terrible?
Either or. I would
Yeah,
say
you know what?
boring
I'm
or
gonna put in
terrible.
terrible. Straight up. I was calling it
Yeah,
boring before, but it just looks like a bad crop job. Seriously. Sorry,
fair
Queen.
enough.
Oh dear Lord. She's all over the place, eh?
Sorry, Queen.
She'll live forever. Yeah, sorry, Queen. Okay. Now we have
Think that's
I would
Nigeria?
hazard to guess African money. From
Of
which country?
Nigeria? I
I
think
do not know.
Nigeria. I
Yeah, it
don't
says
know though.
Nigeria, yeah.
Maybe.
It's a fiver. It's
I don't
five
know how you can read
naira.
that.
Naira. I'm just sticking my eyeballs right onto the screen to see
It's
that
gonna
clip.
be again. It's a no for me. It's so
It's a
boring.
no. It's
So
boring,
boring.
but yeah. You know what? Whatever. Boring's good. Boring's not bad. Terrible's bad. You don't want to end up there.
It's just boring. It's just like one guy on it, his
Yeah.
picture, and then just like you can't even like. There's no
They
number
couldn't even put him at
symbol.
the bottom.
Like, why is there no number
No.
anywhere?
Yeah.
Maybe it could
Art.
have been cut out, maybe, but
Yeah. It's
oh
like,
well.
hey, money does the job. You just give it to people and then you get your stuff. But put a little heart into it, you know? Okay, so now I don't know where the heck we are. Where are we? This is 100 of something. It's some Greek guy. Maybe this is Greek money. Greece is
Maybe.
one of the poorest European countries. They are not having a good time. I'm just assuming it's that. I can't imagine this is like Italian money.
Is it probably $100 bill?
Yeah, I think it's 100, and it's probably worth not a lot because Greece
Uh,
is not
darn
having a
it.
good time. Yeah, their economy is.
Um,
But wait, but Greece would be part of the European Union, wouldn't they? So maybe this is like Russian money or something.
um,
I'm just trying to think of what like white countries that aren't part of the
hmm,
EU. It's just Canada, America, Australia, and then whatever this place is. So maybe this is
I have
Russian.
no idea.
Yeah.
It's so
Uh,
hard to tell. You would think you would just be able to just like no. That's the weird. I think it's because they're
yeah.
cut off. They're cut off weird.
It's mysterious and they're cut off, unfortunately. Yeah.
Um, but
Yes.
based alone, is that like maybe a picture of a statue?
Yeah, it's literally a picture of a statue, which is interesting because
Okay.
statues are supposed to be pictures of the people. So it's like, why don't you just turn, continue the shoulder?
Hmm.
But
What are you
yeah, I
thinking?
mean, it
What are you
it
thinking
seems
on
kind
this
of
one?
decent, right? This seems more like proper Monopoly money
It's
of
making me
like ancient
think.
Rome.
Yeah, I don't hate the statue. I feel like that's like kind of what money should look like, kind of.
Okay, yeah,
Like
exactly.
statues and stuff
This is the
having the
same.
queen's
Yeah,
face littered all over everywhere.
yeah.
I like
Um,
statues, but cool statues.
so yeah, what do you think? Would this be all right?
Yeah, I would say all
Yeah,
right.
why not? What the heck? Yo, so total side note here, but you hear about what happened with Ryerson University?
No. What
Oh my
happened?
gosh, wait, okay, so we'll come back to this, but I gotta talk to you. I gotta see your face. Where are you? How do I get back?
I
Let's
don't
get
know. I'm over here.
ding. Yo, okay. So we'll finish that off, but first I gotta tell you, um, when was it? Was it? I think not this morning, but last morning. No, I think it was this morning. There was protest because of the whole just more awareness being spread about residential schools has been coming out.
Hmm.
They found out that Ryerson University, named after whoever Ryerson, some guy, he was
Yeah.
apparently an architect for the residential schools, and so they took down his statue at the university. They like
Oh.
splashed like paint on his face and then ripped him down. And then the university was like, "We are not going to put him back up or try to seek out the people who did that. It's like get rid of him, and we're probably going to name the university something different because it's like that's part of like that is the ultimate dark horse of Canada, our residential schools. That's like the worst thing that we've done in our history as far as like the amount of lives that have been destroyed. So it's like, all right, get him out of here.
Yikes. He's
America's got
gone.
a lot worse stuff that has happened in their history, but we still got bad stuff that happened in ours. And that's like one of the ultimate things is the
So they
residential schools.
just. Wow, okay.
Yeah, and you see the
He's out of
pictures. It's like
here.
they tried to decapitate the statue, but it didn't work. But there's just like huge dents in his head. It's like, boy, he's down.
People are ruthless. He's down.
Yeah,
He's
I mean,
down.
hey, it's better you do it to a statue than a person, right? It's not like that it did it to the security guard, so that's
Man,
good.
holy schmoly.
Yikes, a
That's
statue
down.
ripping. It's become an art form now, you know? It's
Mm-hmm.
happening all over the world.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's it. So now you know. And I guess everyone
I
else
know.
listening. Yeah.
Now you know.
Ryerson, there you go. The history of Canada is residential schools, unfortunately, because that's what's up.
Because if you don't know, then now you
Now
know.
you know. And now we're back. Where are we now? I think Saudi Arabia.
Mm,
Is that the
cool.
classic garment
Make it
of the
a
people
little
of that country? I
closer.
do believe. Saudi Arabia is rich AF. They have a bountiful unionship with America, getting all that oil. They have fabulous looking cities. However, their human rights are not the best.
Not the best.
Regardless, they have money.
They have money.
And
And they
I'm
have a
guessing
lot
their
of it.
money is based off of, I'm thinking maybe that's someone who's still alive, like the current king of Saudi Arabia. I don't know. Let me try and sneak a better peek at that guy. He's looking like someone who could still be alive. I don't know. Anyway, I'm saying that, and he's
I think
probably
so
been dead
too.
for like 30 years.
Let's
But
say
either
somebody
way, he gives me vibes of just like some dude, you know.
yeah.
Um,
Well, they got a
thinking.
lot of money, so like, it's working.
Right. I
Whatever they're
mean,
doing is
that's
working.
that's okay. Yeah. What do you think? Is it
So
okay,
that's all
safe?
right. That's okay.
It's okay. Yeah. I don't want
Well,
to put him too high because the whole human rights thing, but it's okay. Yeah. Keeps the
fair
world
enough.
going in its system of gasoline. Okay, so now is this? I should
Is
know the
that
name off the top of my
man?
head, but
Is that
Salmon Mandela.
man? Yeah, I was gonna say is that man Nelson Mandela.
Nelson, that's it. Nelson Mandela. Yeah. So this is South African currency. 100. I can imagine, right? Or do they go higher than that?
I
No, I
think
think
it's
that's
hard as
just
100. I think
100.
yeah, because it's like
Yeah. Got the
we
double
can just
zero.
go.
This one's pretty primo. I'm thinking this is giving me like Canada vibes as far as good design
Yeah, I was just
goes.
saying go all right or amazing, whatever you feel.
All yeah.
Because he
What do
has
you
a
think?
good like look on like if you look at the queen's face, why do they have to use that picture of the queen for our thing?
What do you mean? That's the most
Like
updated one. She's just old as fuck.
yeah, but like look at Mandela. He's old as fuck in that picture, but like he's still showing like it's showing that it's like there's more. There's like
Yeah,
believe in the
looking at this.
country. Like she's
Yeah.
just like that's just like she's just tired.
Wah.
And she's like
Yeah. It's a straight portrait. It was school shoot day. She was like,
handing out
all
sticky
right, and she
notes.
came in. Yeah, put her pearls on.
Yep. Pro and that was it. And she took the
Yeah.
pic and she was
Yo,
out.
should we downvote ours to all right?
Yeah, she has to go down
Oh
to all
my
right.
god, you going down,
Cause
girl.
like, come on, girl, crack a smile.
Put a little
It's
effort into it.
like
Yeah, just
all you have to
smile.
do. You don't do anything. You just sit there. So just
Yeah,
smile.
exactly.
Look at
She
Mandela.
has no
He's
power. That's what this face tells you, is that she has no power anymore.
it's
Democracy
almost
won.
like yeah, it's almost like listen to me or something.
Just a poster for her. Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay,
But okay,
so
now we got whatever the fuck this is. A cut off image of some guy's head. Just a poor crop job.
that's gonna be terrible.
Yeah, I could not even guess, bro. It's just some guy. He's got glasses on his forehead.
What is that?
Yeah,
And what was that sound I just made too? Like what? Am I like
bro.
alone?
That's the sound of someone who just witnessed a very
It
bad
was
swing of currency.
like I
It's
was like
vertical
catching a
currency
signal
too.
or something. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's what you call some vertical currency.
I mean, it has the same rectangles as the South African. So you think it's like another country in that region or what?
But then there's also isn't there circles behind it too?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm seeing
So yeah, those
similarities here.
circle. Yeah, okay, so the similarities.
But like,
Okay,
why
yeah.
can't the guy put his glasses on properly? You know? All
Oh
right.
my
Either way,
gosh, that's so. Take them off, bro, or keep them
bro,
on.
take yeah. They're taking your picture. Please take it off. This
Like,
is gonna be on all the money.
right?
So
Come
put
on.
in a
Like, come.
little more effort. But there you
This
go.
belongs in
So
terrible. He
that's
belongs
all
in terrible.
currency. Okay, so shout out to the audience.
Shout
If
out.
you know any of these that we had no idea what they were, are you like, how could you? This $5 bill is based on this whoever. It's like, please let us know.
Like, shout out.
Here,
Shout out
you
to
have to shout out.
sound
If you don't
off.
shout out, no one will. It's your
Yeah.
civic duty as a citizen of one of these countries, or ours, and just know these, to shout out. So you gotta, yeah, shout out below, please and thank you.
We
For the
want to
sake
know.
of God.
Sound off.
Sound off. But there we go. Now we're back.
Hey.
Hey.
So yeah,
Um. Well, yeah. There you
another
go.
great one. Another great one.
Another
Joe,
great one.
so
Same do.
are you telling me that all is going to be so before this podcast, everyone, Joe was having some electrical problems, but he's not actually having
Yeah.
electrical problems. He just had a blackout.
All,
He
all, I,
basically,
all I did was just lick a plug and stick it in, and then I don't know what happens. So, yeah,
whole
exactly.
city's just like,
Pop noise. Yeah. I tried to fiddle with the wiring to make my laptop more powerful, and then I plugged it in and turned into a skeleton, and
oh my, you're
my hair
seeing
was
like this.
sticking out. Yeah, and smoke was coming
That's
off.
actually he didn't get a haircut. It's just fried.
It just got fried. Yeah, this is the lightning cut. You know, it's looking
Oh
good.
my goodness. Yeah, so it's I'm thinking it's because of the heat. Like
Yeah,
everybody right now, it's like the temperatures right now are like abnormally insane, everyone. So
yeah,
people are
too much.
blasting their ACs. In specific, why I'm in a sweater.
Yeah, what the
It's
hell's going
super
on?
because I live on the bottom floor, so it's already cold to begin
Right.
with. But then
Sell it.
think of like people that are upstairs, right? They want to have the AC cold enough for upstairs, but upstairs there's lots of windows, so it's so hot coming, right? So
Right.
the
And just
AC
heat
has to,
rises in general.
yeah, and like yeah, exactly. And heat rises in general, so they got to crank the AC, but the air's blowing down too, so it's
You're frozen.
I'm
It
literally
they're
Disney's
turning into like a
Pixar's.
freezer.
Disney's Pixar's. I don't know if it was a Pixar's, but I'm Disney's Frozen one
That's
and
right,
two,
straight up. Yeah,
one
you
and
are
two.
Kristen Bell. Let it
Kristen
snow.
Bell's in there.
She's the main person. She's the queen. She's the ice queen.
Kristen Bell?
Kristen Bell is the voice. Yeah.
Wow, I thought she was just Gossip Girl and Veronica
Let it
Mars.
go. Yeah.
There's a
Yeah,
new
she's doing
Gossip
it.
Girl, and she's the voice too. Still, it's like wow, Kristen Bell has her voice is
Wait. Who's Kristen Bell? Wait,
she's
okay.
Mar-
She's not the queen. She's the sister. She's the one with the brown hair or red hair.
oh okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, but Kristen Bell, her voice is
Yeah.
pretty incredible. She has a pretty incredible voice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say.
Cool.
Hey, it was good enough to become a Disney princess, so there you go, right?
Really good voice. Yeah. Well, speaking of movies, we'll end on a high note, or maybe not, maybe a low note, because this movie was crazy. Normally, I don't watch scary movies because like I can't sleep forever, but I actually did have
I
horrible nightmares, so maybe that was the reason.
let me tell you something before you even say anything else. I say let's just go into full spoilers because this is dropping on Friday. That has given people a week to watch
Oh,
this movie. I
okay.
haven't even seen it myself, but it's based on true events, and I know the true events.
And that's
So
why I like watching. I need to know
yeah,
I need to know. That's why I like it. I don't want to see people saw sticking their hands in needles and stuff like that. It makes me terrified. I'm scared.
yeah,
Taken, I can get snatched. I don't want to be taken. That stuff I'm
right.
terrified. But this one was like cool
Just
because I
based
want to know the
on
story. That's why I like the
yeah,
number two.
yeah.
It's like okay, there's a little bit of spookiness inside as well, but it's like this is based on a true
It's a
event.
historical accounting, right? So it's not like whatever happened in the movie literally happened, but either
But
way, okay, let's finally just say the name of what we're talking about. So yeah, what are you talking about?
The Conjuring 3. The devil made me do it.
Oh,
You have to whisper it. You can't say it too
yeah.
loud.
It's
Yeah, it was
starring
great.
me and
Oh
a
my
lady.
God. I couldn't believe it. You should really think about like um like just taking that on as a role so people like I was thinking about it. Like people be like, "Are you Patrick?" Yeah, I am Patrick Wilson. Just
Yeah,
take that
let's
on. Just go take it on as a
do it.
role.
Yeah, too many times in my life, people have been like, "Hey, anybody tell you look like this guy?" And they just show up a picture of Patrick Wilson. I'm like,
It's insane. I was watching
yeah, that's me.
this
Yeah.
show. Like Joe could just be Patrick Wilson. He could just take his
Hey,
life.
yeah, I should go to Hollywood. I should be an impersonator.
I was
Where I
thinking,
don't
I'm
even
like, he
do
could just
anything.
take
I'm
his
just in
life.
clothes, and I go, "Guess who I am?" And then it just shows them the picture.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
are. Like, yeah,
Now
that's
give me
him.
money. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It's so
Everyone
strange.
else is
I
trying to
do.
like
Oh
impersonate stuff.
man,
I'm like, this is just it. I did it. Yeah.
I didn't see it
But,
until like that movie. I was like, this Joe can honestly impersonate this person like easily.
yeah.
It's so funny. It's like so
Well, wait.
ridiculous.
Okay. So tell us about your experience with the movie. Like, what was it like? And give us the whole shebang.
Ah,
Give us the account
it
summary
was
of the
good. It
devil.
was good. Yeah. So basically, I guess what essentially happens is it's not really it's just demonic stuff that is
Yeah.
like I guess like a witch basically is putting the devil in people to make them do crimes or do bad things. But it just happens to be that this boy is possessed and his girlfriend's brother kind of takes on the demon for the boy, so the boy doesn't have to kind of go through it because it starts off like with an exorcism, for instance. The
Yeah.
boy's being exorcist or whatever. So the brother's like the stepbrother's like, take it, I'll like let the demon go in me, and then it goes in him.
Yeah.
But they find out that
Take her.
the demon is actually just a witch that's like controlling it and stuff. Kind of like
Right. Okay. So acting as if the demon was doing it, but the demon was being controlled by the witch.
it's like this. They have this witch had made this weird like
It just
this
made
is
it
like a
happen.
skull. It's
It
like a
concocted.
skull thing that they make with like bones on it and stuff. And this is sitting in underneath the house.
Yeah.
So
Ooh,
they find
creepy.
out they find that, and then they have to figure out,
Yeah.
oh well, this is attached to somebody, and then this somebody's creating spells, and then they find that somebody, and it's like they're going at it, they're going at
Yeah.
it because it's like she could do spells, but then these two,
Know how to break
you,
spells.
you don't know how to go
Couple.
into dreams, but your wife does.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's
She's like a
going and she's
medium.
getting it, and then but you're in the real world, but like you got to hold your own in the real world. It's like, but as a team together, they're the best.
Yeah.
That's how they end
Exactly.
up winning. It's like always ends in the
Got it.
end. Always
Wait.
ends in the
Wait.
end.
Okay. So in the actual historical events, the reason that the name of the movie is "The Devil Made Me Do It" is because there was a murder that went to court, and the defense
Mm.
that the defense used was that the devil made the
Yeah,
perpetrator do it, right? So was that
that's what
mentioned
they're
in the
trying to
movie at
prove.
all?
That's what they're trying to prove essentially. Is
Yeah,
this?
okay, so there was like a court
Yeah,
scenes and
I
stuff.
didn't want to kind of give that away, but yeah, basically, it's they're
Sorry,
trying
yeah, yeah.
to.
Well, spoilers, it happened in the 70s in real
It's
life,
all
so
good. It's all good.
yeah,
It's
you
all
got
good.
it.
But basically, once the boy that's being exorcismed, whatever,
Yeah,
the stepbrother takes this demon on, and
yeah,
now maybe say like a year later, or maybe even just a couple little time later,
yeah.
he does the crime. But
Oops.
it's not actually him. Remember, it was a demon that went into him. So now the two have to figure it out, and then they start unpeeling the onion
Yeah,
to
yeah.
prove his innocence. But can I go spoilers?
If you want, yeah, absolutely.
At
Go
the
all the
end,
way.
though, he still went to jail for manslaughter.
Wah, wah. Well, obviously his hands
Wah,
did it.
wah,
It's like, yeah, bro, what do you
wah. So
expect?
it's like, but in the movie, it's proven that the devil did make him do it.
Yeah, true. Okay, there we
All right,
go.
so that's
Yeah.
the hard part where it's like, oh,
Got him. It's like you still gotta go to jail, bro. Though, yeah. It's like you may be good now, but
what would your thoughts be on that?
so
I'd love to
imagine an
hear.
alternate universe where the story of this was instead a little more realistic, and it just went over the fact that clearly the one kid had anger issues, and then the brother-in-law was bipolar or something, and it just became hyper violent because clearly mental health didn't exist back then in the 70s. People were just crazy or not crazy, so it's like they didn't understand the intricacies of mental health. So clearly, and it's the people are highly superstitious and religious, so it's like they attribute these oncoming emotions that they can't control as being as if they're being possessed, right?
Yeah,
When
it's
it's
like
it's
throw her in
really
the
just
water. She's a witch. It's like what?
yeah, yeah,
She's
exactly.
sick. She's just sick.
She's contorting. She's having a good time. She's twerking. She's
Yeah, it's
not
like no,
possessed by the
tie her
devil.
up,
She's
throw
twerking.
her in the
You're like,
water.
no twerking in the
She's a
1800s.
witch.
Get her out of here. Yeah.
Something like with that
Girls
because they
gotta
just
twerk.
they just come up with anything. It's like what's the
Yeah.
factual?
The
Because like
whole thing is
again,
when you don't know something, then you just make it up. It's like
say
that's
it's
how the
the
old
devil
world
or
works. The devil maybe do it. Yeah.
yeah,
And I think one of the sad things is that the couple that are the anti-hexers, where they try to break the spells and all that, and try to
the
help the family in
yes, yes,
real life, um, all they kind of did was like help enable that idea. Like they're supposed to go there and be skeptical and like find out if it is something superstitious or not. But in real life, apparently they instantly were just like, oh yeah, yeah, it's totally demons. Like they already decided before they even got there. Like yeah, it's totally demons. Now pay us and we'll
yeah.
like do some stuff for you. So they're almost like snake oil salesman kind of a thing. And then
I'll look into
because
it.
because they
Love that.
like confirmed that, it's probably what led to the guy
He's still going for
performing the crime that he
manslaughter.
did. Because he's like, oh, like I'm totally out of control, so anything can happen. And then he just committed an act of violence. And it's like,
Mm,
bruh, I think you
it's an
just
iffy
needed help.
topic. It's an iffy topic because it's like it's just like because in the movie they say like it's you can't prove that. Like how can you prove it in a court of law? It's like it's hard to
Yeah,
prove that
but it's
it's
interesting.
that
I'd
shitty.
say this: if you could prove it anywhere, it'd be in America, because American it's a very Christian nation, right? They're like, ooh, hey,
But
the devil did make him do it. But yeah,
Are you familiar with like any stories of like real exorcisms? Like, is that a thing? Like people get possessed by demons and
uh,
they have exorcisms? 'Cause I'm not familiar with that.
most of the
Is that a
time,
thing?
like I think before demons possessing a soul happened, it was
Demons possessing
witchcraft. I
soul.
feel like
Yes, yes, yes. That's what I
there
was.
were talks
Okay.
of witchcraft before demons
Mm-hmm.
taking over people's souls, right? I feel like
Mm-hmm.
demons taking over people's souls is like a particularly recent thing, like maybe
I
only 100 or
agree.
200
Because
years.
before it was
But
like they're
witches have
just a
been around
witch.
for like
Yeah.
forever. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because literally even in the Torah, like the Jewish Bible, which is like 5,000 years old, there's talks of witches there. They say,
Yeah.
"Do not prostitute your daughter to any wizard or witch." So it's like, okay, so
Mm-hmm.
5,000 years
Mm-hmm.
ago, witches were around, hanging out in the Middle
Yeah.
East. Um, so witches have been part of society for a long time, and they're basically just like guys not understanding women psychology or just
Yeah.
understanding women in general, and go, "Oh, you're acting different. You must be
And you're
possessed by the devil.
sweating.
Kill her." Yeah,
Like drown her. She's sweating.
yeah.
Drown her.
Oh no,
She's
you're bleeding from a plate.
drown
Kill
her.
her. Drown her.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
It's
like
like,
so
bro,
many
what the
weird
hell? Like,
things.
such an asshole. Like, why don't you just talk? Why don't you communicate instead of just killing people? Oh, she found out I was cheating. Drown her. Get her out of here.
So, do you think it could be something that's like, so what do you think it could be like if they're stating that like say like again they're saying like the devil made me do it, so they're saying that some sort of entity is entering their body that this
Well,
is this
so I
how's
feel
that
like
possible? Like is that what?
there is a
Explain.
term called disassociation, which is when someone can get into an extreme emotional state where their personality can fracturate, right? Or like there's multiple
Hmm.
personality disorder. There's like
Split.
tons of these psychologically unfortunate conditions that people can have where they just are completely out of control of themselves, right? Like there's a lot
Hmm.
of people that talk about how um, something violent happens and then they just see red and then all of a sudden they come to and they just like beat someone to death and like didn't even realize that they did that, and it's like because their animal brain took over like this fight or flight response and they literally just like blacked out and just went into like animal mode, just punching the shit out of someone, because there's tons of
Hmm.
cases like that. There's multiple personality disorder. There's schizophrenia, which is when you hallucinate things. So that's like when people like see demons like on the ceiling, like watching them while they sleep. It's because they're having daylight hallucinations. Their brain is
Yes.
like inputting imagery that isn't there. Because the only way that our reality works is that we're gaining things from our eyeballs and our ears, but then it has to be processed. We don't get the raw information, we get the processed, filtered information that our brains give us. So that can be intercepted if your neurology isn't correct or there's certain wires that are switched, like if you have schizophrenia, and then your brain will tell you that there's some kind of humanoid demon
Yeah.
creature thing like up on the ceiling. So
And that's probably why like these type of things were happening so long ago because there wasn't the technology and things like that, right?
yeah, or not even technology, but just like
Just
people
like
just
the
don't communicate with each other. So they
hmm
just get
hmm
scared and they hype it up. They're like, "Oh shit!" Like somebody said that they had a scary dream and go, "Yo, that wasn't a dream, bro. Like that happened for real." And it's like, "Oh shit!" I had a dream that Stacy was like trying to kill me, and they're like, "Yo, bro, she probably actually wants to kill you." And it's like Stacy's innocent as fuck, and now they're gonna kill her because they think she's a witch that was like projecting that into the guy's dream. It's like, bro, it was just a dream. Like, what the hell, man? So I think
yeah.
it's literally just us not understanding our own minds.
And I think maybe too, could it be like kind of like being like seasoned to certain things? So like for instance, if you're reading say things from like I don't know, like because like in the Bible, it's always like there's a devil, and then there's like you know what I mean. There's always a thing. So it's always like
Talk
if you're
about that. Yeah.
seasoned, if you're kind of seasoned to like say you're having, for instance, like these episodes and things like
Yeah, you're
that,
being possessed. Well, that's what I'm saying. In
you're thinking,
America,
oh, I'm being
possessions seem to
possessed.
happen
It's
a
like
lot more than other places, and I think it's because our imaginations just exists from our situations.
yeah,
Granted, you could come up with something that's completely new, but it would probably be something really abstract. Something that's imaginary that has structure to it is going to be based on past experiences. Like
hmm
you think a child that was born in the Himalayan mountains in the country of Tibet is going to think that they're being possessed by Lucifer? No.
that's what I
If
yeah.
a
It's like
child's having
no,
nightmares, it's going to dream that
it's
like a monkey demon is attacking it or
yeah.
something that it has already seen in his life. So
Like
yeah,
people
yeah,
that would be like, for instance, like an example would be like, okay, if they're gonna be possessed by demons, it's like someone that like their parents or like Carrie's mom or something. It's like that's because
yeah,
they're
yeah,
seasoned to like they're the devil's gonna come. They're seasoned to that, right?
yeah. They're constantly afraid of it.
Yeah.
Um, and that kind of still affects me to this day. I was born and raised Catholic, and
Same here.
I don't believe in any of that stuff, but I will still get affected by it. Like when I saw the movie Hereditary, and like the movie ends with just like the devil winning and just all this like spooky like people levitating, all this demon shit going on. That fucked me up. Even though it's like that's not real in reality, but it's being presented so realistically in this movie that I feel traumatized because like that's
That's
the stuff
scary.
I
I
was
don't like
told is
watching that
real
type
when
of
I was a
stuff.
child.
That's scary.
Yeah, so even
Yeah.
though I'm an adult and I like de I try to deprogram all of that nonsense from my brain, it's still like a core part of like, you know, how I was raised. It's like
So then
still
when
in there.
you see that as a young kid, you
It gets
see
me.
things and then next
Yeah,
thing you
yeah,
know, I
yeah, exactly.
saw
Like let's say
something and
like
then
I
now.
had yeah, like I had a nightmare when I was like 3 years old where the sky was red or something. And now I'm like reading about the Bible and it's saying that there's hell and there's like red there. Then it's like, oh, then that dream I had was me, you know,
How,
seeing
yeah.
hell or something. And it's
It
like
really comes
it
down to the
wasn't, but
circumstances. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, things fit into place just because we make them fit into place.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
like
yep.
people in India aren't being possessed by the devil. They're being possessed by like the
The
one of the
what is it
Vishnu
called?
gods, demons.
Yeah, I was
Not
like,
one of
what
the
is
many
it
gods,
called?
right? They have a polyistic religion.
Um, but yes,
Yeah,
that's a really great example because it's like there's so many different. I think it's again, it's the what your upbringing. It's the upbringing.
yeah, yeah.
Really cool.
Just
Really
based.
great answer,
One
Joe.
thing
I
that's
great answer.
universal is mental health problems and just the human condition. That's universal. But what isn't, what's particular and localized, is the specifics of what the story we tell ourselves are. So in
Yeah,
America, it's Christianity. But in other parts of the world, it's other things. Yeah.
changes. Yeah, and it
Yeah.
just that changes so much just with not even religion alone. That just goes like
Tons of other
everyday
stuff
thing. Yeah, it's
like
like
ghosts and dragons and like other parts of
yeah.
culture. There's like so many different cultural influences all over the place.
Yeah, where it's like some people won't just like even just eating meat is like a cultural thing because that's where your
Yeah.
upbringing, right? It's just like that.
Yeah,
Those are
exactly.
just
If you're
everyday
brought up
things.
eating meat, then you go, "Yeah, I won't let them take my meat away." But it's
Yeah,
like if you were brought up like vegetarian or just with just chicken, but not like red meats, then you'd be like, I don't care, and I
it's like
actually
it's
think
not.
that's not good." And
Yeah,
yeah,
like I need a
yeah,
red raw steak because that's
yeah,
what you're brought up eating raw steaks. So it's like
yeah. That's what you will be
cool. Yeah,
exposed
great answer, Joe. Really good answer. You always he comes in hot. And also, guys, if you want to engage, please sound off below. We'd love to know what you think as
Yeah,
well.
are demons real and I'm completely wrong and the devil's real and Christianity is the truth of the universe? Please sound down below. Let us know.
Sound off below. All
Make
I
it
know is I
happen.
love a good Conjuring movie. That's it.
Exactly, exactly.
Nothing else maybe around that. I haven't seen any other scary movies like that in a long time. I think the last thing I saw was like maybe something we watched for like a
Like
movie
Doctor
podcast.
Sleep, something like that. Yeah.
That's probably like the last scary movie I saw.
Yeah, true, true. Nice. Well, there you
And
go.
I couldn't even sleep after that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Just take the sprinkles. You don't have to go any further than that. Just
All
gotta
right,
get one of
guys.
these and you're good to
Yeah. All right,
go.
guys. That's how we're gonna end it on one of
Yeah,
these.
that's it. We're gonna sprinkle
Let's go.
away now. Bye bye.
Until next time.
Guys
Thanks so much,
later.
guys. Take it easy. Be safe. See ya.
Peace.